Okay, Likutei Halacha Silchas Nefilas Apaim Halacha Daled. So we're talking about the Nekudas Chatzois. The point of midnight is the point where the day and night meet together. And he said this is not just an intellectual concept that this one ends and this one begins, but actually where both of them become one. And this is such an elusive point. This is equal to these Oris Ensof, when knowing and not knowing become one, when mati velo mati, when getting it and not getting it, all become. This is Nekudas Chatzois. So he says that's the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu had such a problem. You know, when he says he says in Chatzois HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes out of Mitzrayim, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes out, but by HaKadosh Baruch Hu the yes and the no are all the same thing. It's only by us it's either this or that. So Nekudas Chatzois is when the day and night becomes one, are actually one. This is when HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes out on Mitzrayim. This is where HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes out. So the Moshe Rabbeinu says Kechatzos, around midnight. Because even Moshe Rabbeinu cannot pinpoint. It says Kal Vachoma, the people of Parai, they couldn't pinpoint that time. It says David HaMelech had to say. So the Gemara says, just a second. David HaMelech used to stand out in Chatzois and learn Torah, right? He used to say, I think Chatzois knew whatever it is. So the Gemara says Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't figure out Chatzois and David HaMelech could. So this says that David HaMelech had the violin. You know, his violin was hanging up above his head, and on Chatzois the northern wind would blow through the strings, the 5 strings of the violin of David HaMelech, which is Kanei Chamisha Torah, and that was his first alarm clock. No snooze button, no nothing. It goes through, and David HaMelech gets up. So this is how he knew. He says, and Sif Chavgima says, "Val Ken David Daikazochas." That's the main reason why Dafka David HaMelech was the one who was zocher to this. Ki David u'bchinas Malchus Mashiach. David is the reign, the kingdom of Mashiach. Shu b'chinas itarusa del tasa. That he brings about the awakening from below. As we said before, when we learned the Likutei Maran, we said the creation of the world was from above. Kadosh Baruch Hu created the world totally on his own volition. The completion is when man decides to accept the Kadosh Baruch Hu, when man chooses the Kadosh Baruch Hu, which is the same process goes during Pesach, during the Seder. You get all the lights from above. This is Arusa del Eilo. Now, during Sfirsa Omer is when we are awakening ourselves from below. We also learn about Lag BaOmer, the same thing. This is Nachal V'Mekol Chochma. It's the Isarusa del Eila. It's the beginning of the process, but it's not a completion. The only thing you can come out is just like a wow, but you can retain anything. You have to get it in. You have to work on it. You have to train. Practice make perfect. He says, "Wake up my honor. Wake up, the harp." And the violin. Chazal said, I wake the Shachar, and the Shachar does not wake me. In other words, David HaMelech was zoich, he merited this Arusa del Tata, the awakening from below, B'shleimus, before the Arusa del Eila. First he starts from below, then it comes from above. This is what the Taz says in Orach Chaim. Because Moshe Rabbeinu took Amatz Aretz Mitzrayim, that's the first Geula. It was before Kabbalah Torah. It was a must to redeem them from Itarusa del Eila, from awakening from above. They were steeped in tumah, they were steeped in filth, there was no way to take them out. That's the reason we say Chometz is totally aser. Chometz means contemplation, means way, thinking, looking into things. No time for that at all. No time for that at all. No time to come in, just get up and run. Just run, don't look back. Just run. That's why he says kechatzos, like around midnight, because it is impossible to actually capture the nekuda of chatzois, because that's the tachas idea shalom eda. That's where knowing and not knowing converge and become one entity, which is beyond human comprehension. This is because that was before Kabbalah Sater. There was no Torah yet. So Am Yisrael still didn't get the Tato, our work b'shleimus yet. So that's why they said, and they baked the dough that they came out of Mitzrayim, ugos matzos, kilo chometz, kigosho Mitzrayim, and they couldn't wait. They couldn't hang around. They had to quickly get up and run. All this was the Nekuda of Chatzois. That's the main Geula. And that Nekuda is the main factor in the redemption of Mitzrayim. Light comes from above, jailbreak. Bam, everybody go out. Don't wait. No, wait just a second. It's safe. You have the getaway cars. Get up and run. All right? Before the authorities come. There's a jailbreak. The gates are open. Go. All right? Because if the Geula would have been, postponed, even for a moment, they would drown in Mitzrayim completely, as the Sfarim says. That's the Isra of Chometz and Pesach. There's also even B'mashu. That's the secret. They could not wait because the Chometz is totally osir. Don't dawdle. Don't wait around. Don't contemplate.
Don't ask your wife. Don't ask your wife. Just go.
That's the sort of Isra Chometz. It says, and they baked the dough, ugas, chometz, kilo chometz, kigosho Mitzrayim, they could not hold. All this took part, chatzos laila. That was the main Geula. That's the main revelation of Kodesh Baruch Hu, the guidance of Kodesh Baruch Hu, dafka chatzos laila. Then day and night are one. That's the redifa me'akev. That's the push forward and the mechanism that harnesses it and holds it back, then become one. And since they weren't Zoicha to Keso yet, the Ma'akev, that thing that holds back, properly, the disciplines, the surge, the ambition, the drive is not yet in place. Why? Because they didn't have the awakening from below. These other Tasa B'Shleimus didn't have a terror. What are they supposed to do? They didn't know what they're supposed to do. Once the Torah came down, then you're supposed to do this. You put film. You have the steps. Each one is a keli. Each one is a vessel to contain, the light of Hashem and build yourself up. Right now, it's just like, Tour of the Light Fantastic. Like, wow, check this out. It's unbelievable. But that's it. Then it goes and it says, okay, you got something to eat. You got a munchies. That's why they had to run out of Mitzrayim, because the Chometz was totally, totally forbidden. Because when the Aura and the Asura comes from above, without an awakening from below, you have to run after HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu calls you. When you see somebody that he talks to you, and when he talks to you, you feel that he's waking you up to avoid Hashem, run after him. Get up and run. Get up and run after him. Don't wait. Is he from our camp? Or does he belong to another camp? What do other people think? What will my wife say? You see somebody awaken you, hear somebody awaken you, and what you feel is you want to serve Hashem. Not that the guy is awesome.
Right.
But, I want to serve Hashem. This is a way for me to serve Hashem. Get up and run. Don't start contemplating. Don't sit and think about it. I want to wait.
I was either thinking I'd run or take my bike, but I took my bike.
Yeah. It says the miyashav daisei, because if a person wants to hold back and be miyashav and to contemplate and to weigh things, whatever it is, he says you're nichshal and you will fall the same like Adam Arishon. Because immediately he wanted to find out what's the story behind this Tzadas business. Wait, whoa, just a minute. What do you mean don't eat? What are the pros and cons here? Whatever it is. Because it was beyond his klei hamoichin, since it comes from above without an awakening from below. You're supposed to go the other way around. I already learned the art of putting it in.